You're listening to the VRverse, a virtual reality podcast where two friends talk all things VR. Now, let's join your hosts, the VR Realm and Dr. Oculus.
Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 49 of the VRverse. You're once again joined by me, and DigiDoc is back again. DigiDoc, we need to get your theme tune.
Don't you dare merge me with that stupid shark. I will leave right now.
No, I wouldn't get you that theme tune, that'd annoy me.
Hello, everybody.
We'll get your theme tune. Of some sort.
Write the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
Yep, one of those ones, we'll find someone.
But hello, everybody. Good evening and welcome.
Yep, I hope everyone's had a good month. Sorry for the last minute delay on Tuesday. Unforeseen circumstances caused it to be delayed, but we've got it here now. Yeah, I was the unforeseen circumstance.
Yeah, it's one of them things at the end of the day. Health comes first, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep.
Don't forget.
Mm-hmm.
You are your most important asset.
Yep.
I'm just an ass.
An ass hat. Sorry.
I mean, you didn't have to just agree so quickly, but you're also not wrong.
So, well, I think we should start off what we've played, and then we get onto the main conversation of topic, or the other way around, topic of conversation.
No, we will discuss chocolate for 2 hours.
How nice a topic bar is. It's a 3rd anniversary of a topic bar. We're gonna have a good talk. Well, I believe you've said you were playing you've done some Steam Fest stuff. It's back around again.
I mildly dabbled in Next Fest, yeah. Admittedly, most of what I dabbled in was either incredibly disappointing or flat. Although naturally, the moment I saw there was a Ninja Turtles demo, I was like, "Yep, cool. I'm in straight away. I'm on that."
Yeah.
Looked, I was unsure about the art style. For the longest time, I've been like, "Oh, flat." Like cell shaded artwork in VR very rarely translates well, especially with depth on a flat screen as well. But when I was playing it, I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I don't care. This looks great. Like they've done really good stuff with the shading, even though it's cell shaded, it still popped fantastically. Admittedly, I was in the Pimax, so that kind of helped. But yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. The demo ran great as well, which is something I was really pleased about. So that's a big win for me. My biggest issue was Pimax related. It wasn't even the game. So yeah, I think there's a good chance it's going to be probably one of the, if not the best game of the year so far, based on what I've seen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was very happy, very pleased with that.
Yeah, I'd say I've got access to that, but on the Quest originally. I mean, I need to download it on the Next Fest one and try it on PC. But it looks nice on the Quest. Runs great on the Quest.
Yeah, the Quest one, didn't you just have access to like the layer, and that was kind of it?
Oh no, they give us access to.
Oh, did you
it's
get to
basically
do
what the demo is. That's on Next Fest, yeah.
Yeah, you got to do the intro to all the turtles.
Yeah,
the fighting styles.
We
Cool.
first got access to the little bunker thing, and then I think it's like about a month before this demo come out, they let us play that, but only like it was only on the Quest. So
yeah, which I mean, yeah, it's probably primarily where they're going to be aiming for at the end of the day. Sadly, the biggest number of headsets are Quest based rather than anywhere else, so it makes sense that they would just jump straight on it. So yeah, that's fine.
Which ones have you been disappointed?
They just, as with Next Fest, there's always just basically is basically indie people trying to get their name out.
Mm-hmm.
And you look at a lot of the demos, and I was talking about this on other streams and stuff, even my own. I don't even save content for my own streams anymore. And we were looking at the Next Fest stuff, and I was just like, is it just me, or does like I get that you're indie and you have a low budget and you don't have a lot of, you can't get like the best graphics and all of the lovely textures and things, but I feel like the font in your game is something incredibly basic
Mm-hmm.
and easy to swap.
Mm.
Like, surely it's not that difficult to swap the font. Google have a bunch of fonts that's like nice, and the the people just seem to use like the default font. I don't know whether it's for like ease of reading, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they've got like a really old headset, but way back in the olden days, back in the, the 2017s, when everybody's headset was all pixelated and it was difficult to read, you had a very big, thick, blocky, plain font.
Yeah.
And I just see a lot of demos and they're just using the same font. And I'm just like, this hasn't moved on from 2017. Like, there's nothing in 2017. People were at least innovating and giving us new stuff, but now it's just like a rhythm just shooter slasher kind of game where you just stand in there and it's a very basic font and it's just asteroids flying at your face or some shit, and it's just I just look at it and I just think, oh no, this is the future that we've currently got in front of us.
Yeah.
We're heading for dark times, and I don't want to blame the dev because it's better than anything I've ever done. But I'm just like, even just changing the font would just be a nice little touch
Yeah.
that would just set it apart from just the basic asset dumps that's on Steam. So, and I get it's one of those things that you could literally change at the end, but just do it now. Like,
Yeah.
make it look good now. So yeah, that was one of the things I was just looking at. I was like, oh, I haven't got it in me. Nothing else really stood out as like fantastic for me. I mean, in the Next Fest, I don't know. I'm struggling to remember what else I looked and thought, oh yeah, that looks good. I didn't get to play it yet. Maybe I will if it's still available. There's a spaceship game where you prod in things up aliens' bums and stuff, which is interesting. That's not what I was drawn to. It's what I remember. There's a bird photography game. Looks pretty
Bird
dope.
seed. Yeah.
Yeah, so that looks really, really good. And a couple of others that kind of stand out, but yeah, there's 41 demos,
Yeah.
and I probably downloaded about 6.
Yeah. The ones I've not tried yet as well, I want to try the mixing one in the bar, which is like a visual novel mixed with working in a bar. I can't remember
I
what it's
don't
called.
No, I don't remember that one. But the thing is that any game that's like I'm stood behind a bar or a grill or something like that, and then it's up to me to get the order done on time, or the customers get angry. Now I'm like, nah, that's not my kind of game. I don't do it.
Yeah, it's like a cyberpunky visual novel where you work in a bar.
Okay, that sounds
It sounds interesting.
maybe slightly more interesting. Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
as long as it's not more of a time management thing, then I want fries and a burger with ketchup, and this burger no ketchup. Like, I don't
Yeah.
do well with those games at all. So it's maybe why it's not registered with me, but
Yeah,
I
download.
could Google it right now. But no,
I'm
there
trying
we
to
go.
think of the name of it. They had a very successful Kickstarter. Might Project Mix might be something like that. I can't remember what it is called. But what I've downloaded and not had a chance to play yet, is from there is Alliance Tales, which is the sequel to Alliance Peace Fighter, which came out last year, which is like a linear story based space game. Like, you're still having dogfights and things like that. But it's like they wanted to make like an X-Wing Wing Commander type game, not one where you need to be like collecting materials and stuff. It's just basically a story with dogfights in between it, flying and dogfights
Okay.
between the story. And they've released a demo for the sequel, which is due to come at some point this year, called Alliance Tales. It's the one that's out now. It's
Alliance Tales
Alliance.
Battle for the Frontier is the
Yeah,
new one.
the one was just
Does look
Alliance Peace Fighter. This is Alliance Tales Battles for the Frontier.
so yeah, that's another one to look out for.
I really enjoyed Alliance Peace Fighter when I played it to review earlier. Like in I think it was about mid 2025 June. Really,
Detective
really
VR
enjoyed
look
it.
good,
Detective
like that.
VR, is that the one that's
Detective VR.
on Quest or
I think it's a Quest game. Yeah,
yeah.
that's on Next Fest. That's absolutely right up my alley.
Yeah, no, that is a
So
really, really good game as well, that one.
yeah, Scared by Square's got a PC demo. Played that on the Quest. That was Square. Yes. What else is out there? Get Out. What's Get Out? First person cinematic, realistic 1980s, 1990s violent horror, casual. That's just got every single
Tag it could.
possible tag. And it looks kind of scary, admittedly. That looks like they've knocked off Leatherface. Coming soon. Ever felt trapped in a nightmare with no pause button? Get Out is the latest VR horror experience on the PSVR2. Huh, really? I'm reading this on Steam. Explosive cocktail of scares, adrenaline, and moments you really prefer to forget. Inspired by 80s retro horror, the game is a tribute to the films that made you scream, laugh, and sometimes turn on the lights, turn off the lights. Okay. Survive, survive, survive. Run, 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 run. Get out. Doesn't tell me the kind of game that it is. It does have baptic support, so that'll be interesting. There is apparently a story and content. You're deemed trapped in an asylum looking that looks more like a death trap. So it looks like it is a story-based horror adventure game, which is kind of dope. No release date on that one, but could potentially be good. Graphically, it looks lovely. So yeah, keep an eye out on that one. But it also looks similar to many, many games. Subliminal? That seems potentially interesting. Don't get excited by the gallery VR secrets. It's not what you think it is. I can't see the name of the bartending one, though. Oh, there we go. Echoes of Mora. That was one that looked great.
Yeah, is that in the next fest?
According to this, it is, yes. Yeah, that looks really nice. Is there a Steam link here? Yeah, that looks lovely.
Project Mix, yeah. Project Mix.
That makes sense. I'm on the Steam page, and it has a demo to download now. Echoes of Mora. Where's my tags gone? Story-rich underwater cozy exploration with emotional mystery. Narrative, puzzle, atmospheric, interactive fiction. Very pretty looking game. I want to go check that one out.
Yeah, I think it's due for April release as well. Tomorrow, I believe.
So it's another one to keep an eye on. It's a wingsuit game, but Rush exists, so I don't know what they'll be doing better, but you never know, could be good.
Say just for a long time, it's still the best one out there.
It really is. It's phenomenal, but you never know. They could do something different.
Yeah.
And then that's Confined Leaving OKB 134. Is either a a hybrid or an asymmetric game? Because it does seem to have flat and VR support.
Mm.
Yeah, I think it's hybrid. So good for you. I wish you all the best. An atmospheric, story-rich puzzle VR exploration. Play the first 30 minutes of Confined. Get a glimpse into the upcoming horror puzzle adventure for PC and VR in the abandoned Soviet bunker. Reactivate the power, lights, and complex machinery, solve riddles, and find a way to escape. But stay quiet, you're not alone.
Mm.
So there is definitely something for everybody out there. Let us know in comments or chats if you've played anything that stood out to you, because I want to know if there's anything that I'm missing that I should be playing.
Yeah, I mean, outside of the end, didn't get much in on Next Fest yet, but I've been playing some games. Played Aces of Thunder on PSVR2 since the last one
Hey, they finally released it.
finally came out. I mean, I played
People
the PC
rejoiced.
version as it was getting updated throughout because they were just updating the preview version to give us on PC. We just weren't allowed to talk about it, but I had that, but then it's very performance heavy on PC, so
Mm-hmm.
when they contacted me about reviewing it, I just thought I'll take the PlayStation version because I know that's gonna have to run at a set level
Yeah,
before Sony will let it go on. So
yeah, that's it. It's the wonderful thing about the PSVR is the fact that it's mildly curated. I wouldn't say it's heavily curated as I
no,
was
not like
scrolling
not like
through.
it used to be.
Yeah, trying to figure out what was the good recommendations for the PSVR,
Mm-hmm.
and then I looked at the market and was like, why is there basically just every possible simulator on here that's a knockoff of existing simulators that seem to have AI covers? That's not what I expected from Sony, but there you go.
Yeah. Well, then other than that, I got because we'll get back to PlayStation soon. I, the new pinball effects VR tables, which I was super excited as soon as I got told they were happening.
I saw that they were released and went, oh, that's really good ones. This might be the one that makes me buy it.
Yeah,
What was the new table?
it's the Bethesda pack. So you get a Fallout table, a Skyrim table, and a Doom table.
That is not what I was expecting you to say,
Mm.
which means there's maybe more?
There was quite a lot released over December. It was like King Kong. There's quite a lot released over December time. They sort of like just did a big drop. A load of different type ones.
Makes sense. New headset,
Yeah,
buy a pinball game.
buy some extra tables. But yeah, they got me to get out my arcade thing, Hex Arcade,
I
and
That's the thing. I would want that,
then play
and
along.
I just don't have it in me to buy and store one of those things.
Mm.
And did they ever get back to you about the haptic mod or the
Yeah, I'm just waiting. I know some have started to go out because they start like to release like a plunger for it and everything as well for the pinball, like haptics
that sounds
plungers,
dope.
try and make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went in like I'll say this is probably the best pack to release for me, but because I like Bethesda games anyway. But it's I'd say out of all the packs released, it's the one where every time I went to the next table, like this is my favorite. This is my favorite. Normally, I
Yeah,
can
I am
like
a
find my
the
favorite easily.
yeah, all three of those technically, just thinking about it, like it would also make a great environment.
Yeah,
Um yeah, and all three of them have major sort of draw for me as well.
yeah.
Maybe I do want it. God damn
I played like
it.
after many times playing them, I settled on Doom. If I had to pick a favorite one, it would be the Doom one. but the others are still like outstanding. It was so hard to pick favorite. Where normally I've go through the tables, I'm like, that's clearly the best one in this pack. Like,
Do you
this,
have Hibbins on your friends list?
yeah.
Yeah. He will give you a reason to play it.
Oh no, he scores. He's like, if I go to friends on the scores, he's normally top.
Yeah, every time I talk to him, he's like, "You bought pinball yet?" I was like, "No." It's like, "Buy pinball so I can destroy you." I'm like, "What? That's not gonna make me buy it."
Yeah, he's normally
He's
top.
like, "Yeah, I'm currently fighting." I think he's fighting with. I think it's Welsh. Might
Mm,
be Welsh he's fighting with for the top spot all the time.
yeah.
I think he wants more people to fight with over the tables.
Then it shocks you when you go on the actual global leaderboard, and I'm like, yeah, I've scored 30, 40 million points, and you go on, and the top one's like a million and something. You're like, yeah, like, oh, sorry, a billion and something. You're like, yeah, I'm not getting anywhere near that.
Yeah, there's no way you're ever gonna be that good.
I don't know if it
I don't
shares.
know.
I don't know if it shares the scoreboards with the PC. I don't know because
Maybe.
there's quite a few people. I've not. There's quite a few people that play it.
I guess I have the PC version, I think,
Mm,
but I don't know whether it would.
yeah,
I'll have to install it and see what if any I can find anybody I know and see if it tells you what platform they were on,
yeah.
because that will be a big giveaway.
I mean, it might just be all. But seems like there's a lot of people. I think the scoreboards are like really long. So I mean, it obviously could be people might like pinball. You get those people who play those games and they go crazy on them.
They have a very hardcore, dedicated audience,
Yeah,
which is wonderful. Because I mean, find your joy and live with it.
yeah. So speaking of Hibbins, something else I've been having a little go of, but I need to get a real for it. Is the PSVR2 version of Windlands. Windlands with Kite and
Yeah.
Isles. Jesus.
I know what you're saying, and yeah, it is one of my absolute favorite ways of playing
Mm-hmm.
that game because of the facial haptics, the triggers, and it runs so well. Even on a basic
Yeah.
PlayStation, it runs so beautifully. So yeah, I did get a chance to jump into that recently, which, as always, I'm always wearing the hoodie because
Mm-hmm.
I'm literally always wearing the hoodie, but I'm also now in a persona where I could be wearing whatever I want right now.
Yeah, I've seen. I've played about half of it with Goliath. I'm getting Goliath back to full level first.
Mm-hmm. I rolled credits on it once already.
Yeah.
But I've got that game down to a T now. I can knock it out in like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
I think I've finished it about 9 times at this
Mm.
point. So, yeah, I've played it and I still keep going back every single time. I mean, if you're buying 13, I
Weird.
will rock some stockings.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
what?
think I'll go back into it. I need to jump back into it on PC just to. I can imagine it'll be the same, but I just thought I need to see the visuals between them because. But it's hard. I'd have to probably connect the PlayStation because I'd have to have OLED lenses to get a proper.
Yeah, do the side by side different platforms.
Yeah, just have a look. Yeah.
If you've got a Pro, then you'll get 120 native. But if you're on a basic PlayStation, you
Edson.
may get more frames
Yeah.
on a PC. But
Yeah.
it looks great anyway you
Yeah,
play
I'm
it.
gonna say it's
But
fantastic
looks,
still. Never mind what platform you play it on.
yeah, I do very much enjoy it. The PC. I don't. Yeah, I think because the OLEDs of the PSVR is probably my favorite way to play it. But I've
Yeah.
invested so much in all the other platforms that I don't. Yeah, I don't know if I can abandon them.
Yeah, it's the sort of thing I'm in. Like I've done every character on PC. Most of them on. I think I've only got. I want to say Blink. Is it Blink? The one with the
Mhm.
frisbees.
With the discs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Frisbees. I'm sure he'll love to hear thing called frisbees.
Yeah, I'm up to. I think that's the only one I've got left to do on the quest. And then obviously PlayStation, I've just started on live.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's good to go back in again. And I mean, to be fair, it's sometimes good to go back in and have to do them all again. Like, yeah, I can.
It is. I don't think I have PlayStation Plus anymore, so I can't offer to like open lobby and stuff
Yeah.
anymore with which is a shame. But visually, it's absolutely brilliant. Although naturally, I did my first thing and just escaped the world. But that was a pre-launched version, so it's probably been patched since. I don't know it's been patched because he sent me a message. It was like this bit, yeah, and then showed me a picture of it being covered over. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one. Gone. Oh well, thanks. I have to be careful what I say to him now because I'll talk to him or I'll release a video or something like that, and then a week later I'll go back and it'll be patched.
Yeah.
So do you know the little guys that run around the wall and then just dive bomb you?
Yeah.
I used to just run right past them because all you have to do is just run next to them. They dive bomb you and you're gone before they explode. You can't do that anymore. He clearly watches my content. I was like, this is an easy way of defeating these little guys. Yeah, it doesn't work anymore. They kill me every time. So, yeah, I'd have to be careful what I say to him.
Don't let him pick stuff out.
There was a few rooms that they were a real nightmare. And then when I found that, it was so easy. I was like, yes, this is great. On one of the maps is an arm that comes down the middle, and then they're running around the outside, and then the flying little fuckers are running around in the middle, pimping around in the middle.
Yeah.
And I used to be able to just do a lap around the edge, kill all them, and then target the flying fellas. But yeah, you can't do that anymore. You have to
No.
actually try. So yeah,
One thing I
you've
love.
got to love
One
that
thing I love
they
about
support it.
that game is the fact you can run around the edge of the world. Like sometimes you're like, "Where are you? I'm on my way," but you're going like running around the whole edge of the mountain while they like just went through the door.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just one of those classic games. Like you can tell that they know the way around VR.
Yeah.
And it's a shame that they are where they are. But I don't think we've seen the last of them.
No.
But yeah, I think the last of the biggies kind of announced that they were no longer there anymore. So it reminds me, Steve, you're not listening, but I'm gonna reach out to you because yeah, I wanna get together next week. We have a week off. So many wonderful things to do, and I'll probably do like 3 of them.
Yeah, it normally works, isn't it? Oh, I've got all this stuff I want to do because I've got this, and then you're like, oh, gets to the end of it, like, well,
I need
I did a fraction.
I need to gut the VR room. It's in an absolute state, and I've not been able to properly VR in a while, which is a shame and stupid. I need to gut the garage. I need to gut the attic. I think if I do the attic, that'll allow me to fill that back up with VR crap, and then I'll be able to do the garage whenever. I've got some pads to fix, so I need to do that for a friend as well.
Yeah.
So I'll get them sorted. And then, yeah, I'm just going to either build Lego or stream VR games for like the entire week because I have that time. And then, I'll I want to do some location based VR. That's what I want to do. I want to grab Steve and I want to, I think Zero Latency's got a new Terminator game. So I want to try that.
Yeah.
So I'll be grabbing Steve, formerly of SciTech Games, and seeing if he wants to go.
You want to
That's my week.
the topic of PlayStation VR hitting its big 3 year.
3 years, yeah.
3 years. It seems like it was like only like seemed like it's been 3 years to me.
Yeah, it's still the baby. Like it's still the baby headset. Although, no, it predates the Quest 3, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, they were about.
They weren't far apart. Only months apart, weren't they?
Oh, believe me, I wish there was Cake 13. I really do. Yeah, it's It's do you know, I was having a thought the other day, and I don't want to shit talk the PSVR, but do you know how, like, you got the Quest 3
Mm-hmm.
and you put it on and then you had that experience, and if you put a Quest 3 on now, that experience is dramatically different.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything's changed with the PlayStation. There's been a few, like, firmware updates and
Yeah.
stuff, but I don't think anything has changed
No, not
of the
massive.
PSVR in the last 3 years,
No. But doesn't like
which is
when I read it was 3 years old, I was convinced myself it was 2. I was like, it can't be 3. Like I said, it
Mhm.
didn't seem like I said, it didn't seem that long since we were all sat in that Twitter chat going, mine's on.
Yeah, mine's not even been dispatched yet. I
Yeah.
was I was just properly mardy. I was laid here, just in my underwear, just watching TV, just moping, trying to find one to buy locally, not realizing that Sony weren't releasing them, like, to the wild.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to find a shop that's got them in stock and checking everywhere all over the internet. There was a knock at the door, and I'm just there in my underwear, and I'm like, "Wait, what?" And, yeah, it was delivered. Mine was delivered before everybody else had got the
Mm-hmm.
dispatch email. Mine was delivered, like, one of the first, and, I had to quickly get dressed and go and jump into
Mm-hmm.
the VR room and unbox it and then charge the controllers for 9 hours because they have the battery life of a 2p piece. Yeah, which has gotten better. That has gotten better. I will give
Yeah.
them that. I don't know whether it's because the batteries needed to warm up and flex. I don't know. I don't know why they've gotten better. It's not
Yeah.
much better, don't get me wrong, but yeah, it's better.
Yeah, it's been a very yeah, that was just an interesting day. I was like, man's not even saying anything. And then he was like, oh, if you do this and go into the Firefox
Uh-huh.
inspect
Yeah,
mode, you
yeah,
can get an
yeah.
update from there and stuff. And
Which is ridiculous in and of itself. They botched the launch. They did. It's
at
no
least
secret
all
they
of them have
botched it.
arrived on day one. Like,
Yeah.
wasn't anyone who was like left behind in our group anyway. I don't know about everywhere around the world, but in our
Oh yeah, there'll be
Twitter
plenty
group,
around
everyone
around the world.
everyone got them on day one at least.
Yeah. So, but yeah, even like the slow, soft, silent launch that they did kind
Yeah.
of botched it. Um, which was a weird thing. I don't know whether they wanted to create scarcity, whether they just didn't
Mm-hmm.
keep up with the demand, whether they were hedging their bets. I don't know,
Yeah,
but
you don't
they did
know.
it, and we have it, and
Mm-hmm.
it's still one of the best headsets you can get for the cost that
Yeah,
it is. Um, hands down. Comfort-wise, it's not great.
you get a
I've
global
got
cluster.
worse. Yeah, I have a friend who's recently purchased a PSVR2, and I was like, "I know you probably think it's fine. Buy this head strap though."
Yeah.
Because honestly, it's A and B, like, it's night and day. You need that head strap. It makes the sweet spot, which is I remember being notoriously difficult to
Mm-hmm.
find. Just like an instant, you put the headset on and bang, it's there. Like, I've got the PSVR headset that I've got here doesn't have the head strap,
Yeah.
and it's fine, but, this is the one that came in the ball,
Mm.
so I don't have the head strap on that one because it wasn't my daily driver.
Now, I mentioned it on my tweet on the day because again, we didn't get anything from Sony to say, "Oh, happy birthday!" Again, I mean, they didn't do it for the second year, so I don't understand. I didn't expect it for the third year.
Yeah, they wouldn't do it for the third.
Yeah, but I put out because obviously a lot of us went Horizon bundle,
Mhm.
and them announcing it with Horizon sort of filled me full of hope and expectation that we're going to see more of their games. Get big IPs,
Yeah.
get the VR treatment, and it's the one thing that's let me down is the fact I haven't.
I mean, we all know Spider-Man, massive missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Insomniac. Insomniac are all about VR.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, they have the Spider-Man IP, but no
Mm-hmm.
VR games. I don't know whether there's any licensing issues and they're not allowed to VR it, or if they were like, because at the end of the day, Horizon looked fine, but it was very safe.
Yeah.
In the sense of the whole VR element to it. It was the controls were safe, the movements were safe. It was all very catered for the masses, not
Yeah.
for the enthusiast, which I understand. I completely understand.
Yeah.
It was also massively overpriced. Nobody was going to buy a PSVR headset. Well, let's face it, all the people that bought a PSVR headset wanted it.
Yeah.
But the masses that they were catering for were never going to buy the PSVR for like 500 quid and then buy that for another 70.
Yeah.
It was just, nah, it was, yeah, still to this day, like it's not gone down. It's in the odd sale, but
Mm-hmm.
still like 70 quid to this day,
Yeah.
which is a choice. So yeah, it's a big game. It's very, very safe. If you like climbing and bow and arrowing in VR, and the vistas are very, very pretty.
Yeah.
So
I think
that is
the biggest miss for it for me, which let me down a bit, was the fact that it's a lot of the combat is like just dodge left and right. You don't
yeah,
actually move around. You press things to move side to
yeah.
side. And I just thought I wanted to free control my combat, like. But like I said, I think it's an IP. Like they were hoping people who maybe didn't have VR would go, oh, actually, I can play Horizon. But then if they got it and it was like that, they might be like, God, this makes me feel sick. So I sort of understand where they
Mhm.
came from, but like
Yeah,
it was just a big missed opportunity for having that combat like that.
yeah, it is. And the thing is, it does provide you with one thing, which is brilliant for the PSVR, and that is the Muggle demo,
Mm.
where if somebody's never seen PSVR or played VR before, you can be like, sit in this boat,
Mm-hmm.
go watch that, and then they're just like, oh,
Yeah.
look at the gigantic dinosaurs. Like, the muggles will be blown away by that. And it is a great, great demo, and it's short and sweet enough that you can just chuck it on like 20 odd people,
Yeah.
and everybody can get a go. So it's really, really good for that. And then yeah, the end result was um underwhelming, I'll say. It's not bad, it's just not what I expected, but that's a me problem. I
Yeah.
wonder if it had a pro update.
I don't think it has. I think it's just done.
I'm not shocked, to be honest. Why would Sony throw more money at that thing? I mean, let's face it, the people keeping that headset afloat now is everybody but Sony, which is a shame.
Yeah.
Astro bought another missed opportunity.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. Um, and then I've never it's never been publicly announced. We don't know if and or how much Sony threw at Capcom.
Yeah.
But today marks, it is literally today is the release of Resident Evil 9
Yeah.
or Requiem, whatever
Mm-hmm.
it is. Um, no VR mode.
That's like
No
even
VR
with
mode announced.
Resi
He's
Resi 4 remake, it was released. It didn't come out at the time that game come out. It come out later on. Came out near Christmas time, didn't it? But the game came out in February, or March. But they'd at least announced it was happening before the game come
yeah,
out.
yeah. There's just no mention of it whatsoever, which suggests it's more a Sony thing that was keeping it afloat, and Sony's not throwing that money at them anymore,
Yeah.
which is it is what it is. Like, it's fine. We all have to remember, ladies and gentlemen, it's okay to show Capcom that there is a demand,
Mm-hmm.
but don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Don't be aggressive and hound them and whatnot. Just be like, look, this would be really great if it was in VR. We would very much like this to be in VR.
Yeah.
Like, I'd even pay for the DLC. I'd buy the game again.
Mm-hmm.
I buy the Capcom games purely because those games existed in the past, in the hope that they come to VR. And if
Mm-hmm.
they don't, I don't care, because Capcom really have kept the PSVR in true AAA titles.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
one thing that
it,
drives me mad. Like anytime there's a Requiem post on Twitter, it's normally shown because someone has commented on it. No VR, no buy, or something. I'm like, just
yeah,
they're
yeah,
not
that's it.
the amount
It's
of millions that sells. They're not bothered about the 40 odd thousand that play it in VR. You're not.
No.
Even if all of them say that to boycott the game, like, so what? We're still making millions of sales. Like, what's the?
Yeah, this is the thing, and it's I don't we dabbled on this the other month. I don't want to come back to
Mhm,
it too much, but it's one of those things that as a community we have to be kind to the people that are supporting us
mhm,
because there's just no motivation. If the few people that go out on a limb and be like, do you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna try and port the game to VR, and then we're like, this is shocking. This
mhm,
isn't what VR is. VR should be this, and we crap all over their efforts.
mhm.
Why would they do it again?
Yeah.
There's just no motivation because there's no money. Like they're not getting paid. It's not gonna be a
No.
big cash drop for them. So at least we should be kind and like thank them. Thank you for supporting our community. We
Mhm,
appreciate that you gave us the opportunity to play freaking behemoth or whatever the hell you want to
mhm.
say. Yeah, and we should try and remember that as a community that they are supporting us as
Yeah.
well, and we should support them back.
To be fair,
Um,
like, a bit off topic, but the way the community is at the moment, the way it's divided, I'm like, I'm like leaning more back to PCVR because PCVR community are all keep themselves to themselves. They don't go and argue that their platform's better than this platform or blah blah. I'm just like, they're just in the background. I'm thinking I lean back more towards playing games on PC now.
it, the the PlayStation fan base can be incredibly vocal
Mm-hmm.
and not always for good reasons,
Mm-hmm.
which is what it is. But this is what I'm saying. We need to remember that, like, you can't like launch into a rage at everybody that makes a game or doesn't make a game for your platform, and then get mad that nobody makes a game for your platform.
Yeah.
Um, I know it's frustrating, and I get it. Like I want the PSVR to be the GOAT. I want it to be the chosen one.
Mm-hmm.
But let's face it, Sony have abandoned the headset, and so the only people that's going to support it are
Mm-hmm.
the smaller people, the Cytex of the world.
Yeah.
And so we need to, support them, buy their games, let them know they've done great things. I'm not saying, blow smoke where it's not deserved, but I'm saying do that publicly and then feedback privately.
Mm-hmm.
Don't just shit all over them publicly and ruin their reputation and their feelings about the community as a whole. It's not going
Yeah.
to help anybody. You're not helping. And I'll be honest, like at the end of the day, the worst offenders of that particular crime, content creators, we're the worst.
Mm-hmm.
We're not helping the the platform we choose to love because we're sacrificing short-term success to gain short-term success instead of long-term viability.
Mm-hmm.
So by that this is the worst thing and I'll tell you why in 18 minutes time, like that might get you 1 million views,
Mm-hmm.
but like a lot of people, the releasing videos. There was a thing on Twitter that a bunch of people they were like, "Oh, I guess there's a load of Meta NDAs have finally expired because now they're jumping on the PSVR bandwagon."
Mm-hmm.
People aren't watching the content; they're looking at your title, and your title isn't
Yeah.
reflective of the content. So then the public see the title, and then they're not actually engaging with your content
It's one
properly.
of the main problems I have with YouTube at the moment. Well, not just YouTube, any video platform. Like, it's clickbait titles, but then, as you
Yeah,
say, people just read the title. They don't watch the video. But the
yeah.
title's there to rage people and clickbait them because that's what the algorithm wants at the moment.
Yeah, yeah,
And
this is the problem. I get these people, they're making a living and they're playing the game.
yeah,
And that's perfectly I get that you're playing the game, but we're also harming the industry when we play it.
yeah,
The industry, the gaming industry itself is
in a bad
not
place.
great.
Yeah,
But then the small part of the gaming industry that is VR is suffering as well,
Yeah.
and they don't have the reserves. They don't have the people behind them to keep them afloat.
No.
So we're gonna lose studios. We're gonna go back to the Stone Age, and this is what I was saying earlier about we're coming up to a point where the best kind of games we're gonna get for a while are not gonna be great.
Yeah.
And just change the font in your game. That's all I'm saying. You can make your little indie gem, but just change the font. So yeah, that's the thing that we're bringing upon ourselves, and I think we do need to do better.
But I am very glad that indie studios are keeping the PlayStation Live, because for me, it's one of the best pieces of VR hardware
Yeah,
with all its features it's got
yeah, that's
at the moment.
I cannot think of another headset that's got all of those features: the eye tracking, the facial haptics, the the display on it, the OLED display.
Mhm.
It's all there. And I've not checked the prices lately, but you could probably get it for about 300 quid.
Yeah.
Now, admittedly, you need to buy a PlayStation on top of that, so that puts you at 800
Yeah.
pound. Now, buy a headset that's got all of those features.
Yeah. For that much. Yeah.
What, 1,300 quid for a Pimax?
Yeah.
A Dream Play for Dream. They're what, a couple of grand? Like
Mhm.
there's no headset that is even close to those features. And if you're willing to put a bit of time in, you can get those features working on a PC.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's no value for money. It is astonishing how great that headset
Mhm.
is.
Yeah. I think it's a wild look as well. Like I know I've sat here earlier and said they just didn't give the first party title support. I mean, if you look at PC VR, Steam VR, Valve will give Half-Life Alyx. Really, when you look at it, and it's run by everybody else. But normally with a platform like Sony, that's the only problem with a platform like Sony. Their console is built on these stellar exclusives, and
Hmm.
people just like to have them in VR, like some of them.
Yeah, yeah. And the thing is, the other element, um, a PS5 dev kit is notoriously expensive to get hold of.
Yeah.
And if they do get you one, you are kind of renting it,
Mm.
and they will take them back, and you
Hmm.
have to pay them licensing fees and things like that. And
Yeah.
for Steam to develop on a game for Steam, you just need a PC.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need their proprietary hardware. You just need a computer that can run whatever engine you're building your game in.
Yeah.
So, the barrier for entry for a dev is much, much lower for PC gaming. So there are definite benefits for developing for Steam over PlayStation.
Yeah.
So it's got that for it. And then, like you say, I asked AI to sum up the highlights of the PSVR2 over the last 3 years. And the most recent and biggest highlight that it came up with was it had a VR2 PC adapter released
Mm.
a while ago,
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Oh, wow, that's the biggest highlight for it." They're like, "Yeah, but they've got Gran Turismo 7," and I'm like, "We were making this argument 3 years ago."
Day one.
So, well, there's Call of the Mountain and Resident Evil. I'm like, "Yeah, okay, but what else has happened?" And, not a lot is the short answer.
Yeah. I think like I've said this around the beginning. I think a big problem is there wasn't many new games coming out for it. There was for that, but they're all games that have been played for years on other platforms that started to drop onto it, and you're just like, yes, if this is your only headset, you've got a big library to play with.
Mhm.
But if this is not your only headset, you probably played these games a while ago. Like,
Yeah, this is the other thing, it's enthusiast. The enthusiast, admittedly, once again, I blame Meta, not Sony. Um, Meta lowered the price of their headset.
yeah,
so ridiculously low that nobody realistically could release a headset that's even close. I don't know how Pico did it. I don't like good on you, Pico,
Yeah.
for combating that. But so the Muggle is going to look at the cost of a PlayStation VR2, and they're going to look at a Quest, and they'll go, "Well, I'll take that one. I don't need any other hardware to work with that one."
Yeah.
So the enthusiast is the one that jumps all over the PSVR2.
Hmm.
The problem is the enthusiast has already played all of the games that they had available for it.
Yeah.
So then it was like, yeah, the enthusiasts then felt like there was no titles available for their
You've got to think it's like
new
it
headset.
was a big start for them as well. Like with the likes of Resi 8, Horizon, Gran Turismo, and then they just didn't do much after that with themselves, apart from the Resi 4 remake, which should possibly be paid for. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it was a good job that Switchback was delayed because
Hmm.
that was due to be a launch day title as well. Like, imagine
Yeah.
of all them come out on the first day, it'd be like, what have you done since then?
Gave something new for folks to do, but
Yeah,
I mean, it has phenomenal games. There is,
had phenomenal exclusives. That's the thing. Like when you look at its exclusives, they're all
yeah. To this day, I don't think anybody should call themselves like there are tentpole games that need to be played by every single gamer,
yeah,
and in VR, Synapse,
yeah, mm-hmm.
it's a must. If at any point you own a PSVR, you have to own Synapse.
Yeah,
If at any point you have the opportunity of borrowing or renting a PSVR, you should go for Synapse.
yeah,
Game is astounding.
yeah. Like
So
every
yeah,
time I
that
talk about it, I want to go and play it, and I never manage to.
yeah,
But I think
yeah.
I've just got it downloaded. The reason I got to play it last time was B haptics. I know it's not officially supported, but I thought do the audio to haptics and have like the noises of the world and stuff, which it did work
Mhm.
really well. But that's like I made sure I played it then because I had something. But at the moment, there's a bit of a lull in games. I should be going back and playing all the games I absolutely loved.
Yeah, yeah. It's um the Light Brigade,
Hmm.
Foglands, um Arizona Sunshine, Little Cities. There's so many great games I've enjoyed on the PSVR, which admittedly I could play elsewhere, but
Hmm.
I've had a great time with them on the
The
PSVR.
PSVR, I know we were talking about mixing games over, but PSVR was the one that had got me to finally play Ghost Signal, and now I own that on every platform.
Yeah, 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 that's it. It's there's so many great titles. I would love to see Synapse come to this thing,
Hmm.
but I've been playing flat games in here quite effectively. I've been playing. There's a new game actually. I meant to mention it earlier. There's like a retro arcade.
Oh yeah,
It's literally called Retrocade.
yeah.
That's come out that puts the cabinets in your world and stuff
Hmm.
like that, and they look so crisp and beautiful. This is a great game. I need to unlock some more cabinets, but yeah, it, I would love to see it come to something like this, but I don't know whether there's. See, the problem with VR games is something that. Oh boy, howdy! Actually, I've just thought about a massive can of worms. Um, Luke Ross.
Yeah,
Have you been following the drama?
yeah.
Um, so those of you that aren't, I'm gonna me and tangents. Sorry. Yeah, Luke Cross, the Cyberpunk mod, got a takedown. They've gone the same route as GTA, and they've been like, "No, you are not allowed to have
Yeah.
this." And he got so much crap off of the internet. CD Projekt Red fans jumping all over him, saying, and he's been called racial slurs for
Mm.
like a racial slur for a black person, but he's white.
Mm.
Well, you presume he's white based on the picture, anyway. Yeah. So there's been all kinds of things thrown at him, but he's been quite open about it on the Patreon at the very least, and so if you've read through all of that, there's all of the gubbins that go with that, and how he's been very open with CD Projekt Red from day one. It's just like, I've got this thing,
Yeah.
it's a tool. Legally, the one of the things he put out was that it's actually a DirectX modification and doesn't touch any of the Cyberpunk files. So realistically, they shouldn't be able to stop him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what's going on with that. But the reason I get into all of this, that's a different story. If we have time and anybody asks, we can get into that. But one of the recent posts on this chain of stuff, it goes on to explain about PC games. And some of the hatred he got about the VR mod is that people say that it performs like crap, so it's bad.
Mm.
And what they don't realize is that you essentially have to render the game at well over 4K
Mm-hmm.
and at 144 hertz.
Yeah.
And most hardware, even a 5090, will maybe, if you're lucky, pull off about 60 to 70 hertz
Mm.
at that basic, like, low score resolution on Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
Which is why he then came up with the version 2, which is a lot more headroom and functions a lot better, which gives you much better performance. But so me saying I would love to play Synapse on the Vision Pro, I don't even know if it's got the lifting power to actually even pull that off.
Yeah.
Maybe the newer version does, I don't know, but I would love to see it. I don't know whether it's even possible to play it on a standalone, even if it is a MacBook in a headset.
I
So
think it's
yeah,
a shame Synapse hasn't come across to other platforms, but I think a lot of their input into that was getting the eye tracking. Like,
yeah, I don't think I don't think the adoption of eye-tracked headsets on PC is there yet.
no.
We don't know how much Sony inputted towards
Yeah.
that game's development and whether it's even they're allowed to port it to a different platform. But without the eye tracking, that game just wouldn't
Yeah.
it wouldn't work. It's like trying to play Half-Life on a not even on a PC, trying to play it on a phone. Like, you're never gonna play Half-Life Alyx on your phone. You're not gonna have the same experience.
Yeah.
And you aren't gonna have the same experience playing Synapse without the features of the PSVR2.
Yeah. 13%, which
They
I like the adaptive triggers,
Yeah.
everything.
Them you can actually get on PC. Well, at least with the pad. In fact, they may even get them with this thing. I use a PlayStation 5 pad to play games on this thing, and it works perfectly. The PlayStation VR controllers on this thing, not so much. But yeah, no, I mean, even like you say, even the adaptive triggers, it's one of the reasons why I love Titan Isles on the PSVR over the PC, because it's just all adds to the immersion. It's all so much better.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
Just so quick in Titans, I don't know if I just didn't feel it, but does the headset haptics work when you're flying out in the ship?
yes.
Is it just
Yeah,
like
that's when
compared?
it's at its
Because
most violent.
the B haptics goes mad, but I can't remember feeling it on the PlayStation. But I don't know whether it's because I'm wearing the. I don't have the. I've taken the faceplate off and use a.
I was about to say, that said, I was wearing the B haptics at the time when I played it, so
Yeah.
I may well be thinking of the B haptics over the actual facial haptics, but
Yeah.
I know, like, it's one of those things that, as a VR nerd, I fell in love with haptics many, many years ago when I got the Woojah, and it's something that it occurs to me that SciTech very, very important to them as well. Like, it's clearly one of the first things John said to me was about, oh yeah, new game, blah, blah, blah. The haptics that I've worked with the B haptics is phenomenal. He started describing all of the bits and bobs with
Yeah.
the B haptics. And that was one of the first things he was on about. He was putting into the game was the haptics, and I was like, okay, yeah, me and you, we're good. Like, I get you, get me, I get you. The haptics is such a massive part. So adding the triggers to the PSVR, and the thing is, if you've only used how many characters of the in Titan House?
I've only on the new one. I've only used Goliath.
You've only used like so. The thing is, naturally, he's used the haptic triggers in many different ways. So if you've got the Storm and you're using just the wrist gun as opposed to the rifle, it literally you can feel it going cack, 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 as it's firing the lasers at different speeds and stuff. Yeah, it's one of the greatest things about the PlayStation hardware. That is, I genuinely wish Microsoft had done something. They've done stuff, but not to the same level. When I heard that they were like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna have adaptive triggers," the first thing I thought was, "Well, the Xbox pad's got motors in the triggers. It's had motors in the triggers for ages. Like, why is that different?" And then when I actually used them for the first time, I was like, "Oh yeah, no, these are different to the Xbox pad." And then bringing that to VR was just, it was superb, and I love that that exists. To the point that sometimes it can get a bit invasive. Like, if you're playing a shooting game and then after a while you're like, "Wow, this finger's really getting a workout." Um, yeah, it can be it can be a lot, but it's also adjustable. So, if you are a weak-fingered cretin like me, you can just modify it.
But yeah, like I say, it's just they've done mastery with they've done mastery with the hardware, and I mean, I am glad that smaller studios are keeping it alive, because if we were like if we were waiting for stuff from Sony and small studios weren't supporting it, it was dead in the water.
This is the thing, like, this is the thing that always bugs me. So, Nintendo, they are generally a generation behind. All the way, they're a generation behind. But what they do with their own hardware shows it off in such a way that you're like, "Oh, yeah, no, this is special, this is good. I really, really like what Nintendo have done." Um, Meta have made some phenomenal games for VR. Half-Life Alyx, superb. And then Sony, I mean, yeah, all right, Steam haven't done a great deal other than Half-Life Alyx, but you would expect Sony to have really showed off the hardware, and they kinda didn't.
Yeah, like they missed the whole. I know it's something a lot of people talk about, like in it as well. Like PlayStation VR1 come out, they give you PlayStation VR Worlds. It showed off a lot of the stuff you could do with that in one disc.
Yeah.
Little games, but it's showing what the potential of it is.
Yeah.
We just didn't get anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, like, they did do a few first-party titles, like, we can't take that away from them, but that was one of the things that I always loved about Astro Bot in the Playroom, is you could still figure out what your hardware did.
Yeah.
Because they walked you through it in a lovely visual way that was fun and enticing to do. And then with the VR, the people that bought Horizon got to see that, but people that didn't buy that, Sony didn't really show them anything.
No, GT7.
So
If you're buying, that's your jam.
yeah, that's it. It's Gran Turismo and Horizon, and then everything else is. I think it's Resi's Capcom. It's not
I
a
know,
PlayStation. I mean, it's exclusive to PlayStation that you can't play VR on the PC, but it's a Capcom thing. It's not an in-house. It's not their studio.
No, we're all sat there hoping that modders on PC get around to doing
Requiem. Oh yeah, Praydog will do it, because at the end of the day, if it's still using the same engine, then the Praydog mod should be fine.
The Resi engine,
Yeah. The mod is engine based, and so I don't think it's going to be too long before we see a PC Requiem.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably end up buying it before that comes out anyway, because it's Resi game. So
Speaking of which, Resident Evil 8 on PC, if anybody wants it, let me know. I have a code. Speaking of which, I don't think I ever gave away the last codes I tried to give away. Nobody wants free shit.
Yeah, nobody wants free stuff anymore.
So yeah, reach out to me for, was it Moss? And what was the other code? Oh, Memoriam.
Memoriam, yeah. That's the one.
Yeah. Reach out. I have them. They're yours for the taking.
So I mean, I think with the PlayStation, like, what's been your best? I mean, I think I know what the answer is because we've just been waxing lyrical about it needs to come to other stuff. But what's been some of your favorite experiences with it, like over the 3 years?
How not to say Synapse? Yeah, Resident Evil. I mean, I'm still enjoying Resident Evil 4. I've never got around to finishing it, so that's still very much on my to-do list. I used to, on a monthly basis, play Gran Turismo with Zim and his server and folks on there, and that was always a highlight of the month. But that's kind of steadily disbanded now. Yeah, the first day one playing with it, the new toys, all of the shiny. The first time I saw the dynamic foveated rendering in action, I was like, oh wow, that is really impressive, because I've played that game and I saw nothing of what I'm seeing on the screen right now. It's seamless. Like, you don't understand how much it's doing until you see somebody else doing it.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing for me, and that's like, oh yeah, this is how we're gonna save VR, with dynamic foveated rendering. And then that way, the 5090s that we were discussing earlier, that you need to run big games, can all of a sudden become smaller cards because the dynamic foveated rendering. I'm very curious about the frame.
Yeah.
Because I want to know what that's like. It's only the streaming element at the end of the day, rather than the rendering element. So your PC's still gonna have to render the whole thing as it should do.
Yeah.
But at least it's gonna give us crisp wireless gameplay, which is gonna be good to see. But yeah, the PSVR, it's blinky one. What was it? I should probably not do that.
Wow, I know what you mean.
Behind the eyes, before your eyes.
Before your eyes, beyond your eyes. What?
That game. Folks, Google it. Have fun. That was a wonderful experiment in virtual reality that literally made me dry my eyes out because I didn't want to blink.
Yeah. Before your eyes.
Yeah. That was a wonderful experience. Kayak VR looks amazing on the PC. You bring it into a PSVR and you're like, oh yeah, wow, the display and the graphical fidelity is so crisp. It's such a wonderful experience that I think I owned it on the PC. I was like, yeah, I'm having that straight away. I just bought it.
Yeah.
And then I bought the DLC as well because I needed it to happen. So yeah, that's a wonderful experience. And once again, another one that you can throw a muggle in and be like, "Ooh, look at the pretty." Yeah, that's great. I've not played Pools yet. I should play Pools.
Pools is a good looking game as well.
Yeah. So yeah, there's definitely been some great moments, and some of them were only available in PSVR. Some of them were elevated by being in a PSVR, and some of them just happened to be in PSVR. But yeah, I've had some phenomenal moments with this, and I would love to say that I will have more, but we'll see.
Yeah, depends where they come from, but I think we will get more.
Yeah, how about you though? What's been your happy times in PSVR? What's been your tentpole moments?
One was being in the Horizon world. And seeing that in VR, like that's the universe, seeing the tall next step over you and stuff, and the scales of stuff in the horizon, which I thought would be something I'd look forward to, because there's nothing like scale in VR when it's done
Yeah,
properly.
when it's done well, yeah,
Yeah.
it is. It's astonishing.
Why I still recommend anyone on just getting into PSVR, look at Jet Island, because that was
Yeah,
unbelievable for
that's it.
scale. What I mentioned earlier, actually finally getting around to trying Ghost Signal, and actually realised how good that game was. Like, I know a lot of people are crazy, but I was like, I don't think it's my type of game. And then I'll try it in PlayStation, and then, like I said, now I own it on every platform. Got it on PC in one of the sales, and then just got it at full price on Quest, because I was like, it'll be good if I ever do go anywhere and take a Quest from me. It's a game I could just sit and play. Like,
Yeah,
don't need to worry about how much space you've got. You just, as long as you can sit down, you can play. One which I lost a very lot of time to, which might shock people because it wasn't really too well received. But you mentioned it earlier, Foglands. Like, I hammered that game.
oh yeah, you did.
I think I was.
In a big bad
I
way.
think I spent 2 weeks streaming it. Every time I streamed it, was like Foglands. I don't know if I still am, but I was the only one to have every trophy on that game. I don't know if I still am.
I would like to think that it's been
Yeah, done again since then.
beat, but I don't know.
I put a update out called the VR Realm update in patch. Well, it's put an update out in the patches. It was the VR Realm update, which was fixing where you could get to the last key, because I'd spent ages trying to jump up, climb up it, moving little tables into this thing, and then jumping on them, and the tables were breaking because I picked up the card where you stomp smash, and I'm like, oh. But it was actually meant to be. It was actually just a broken thing. It was meant to be something to help you get up there. But, so you could get the last hidden key. Yeah, there's been quite a few. I mean, it's a platform I played Midnight Walk on.
Which I wish I did. I do wish I did, because the eye tracking, once again, such a great element. Admittedly, I can just close my eyes when I'm playing on PC.
Yeah,
But having it automatically trigger that element it's a lovely feature. And this is what we're saying about the devs keeping that alive, that people were using the hardware in ways that Sony never did. And it's like, why were they the ones that did that? Why were they the ones that made closing your eyes do a thing? Why were they the ones that had you blink to move forward in a story? Why were
yeah,
other developers the ones that had eye tracking used as a method of targeting rather than
yeah.
a method of the rendering? And it's a shame. It
It's
is an
also
absolute
just look
shame.
at why are all the also the other devs bringing old games to it and making changes. For example, Res Infinite, that came getting eye tracking to target. There was like, even like after the fall, well, yeah, we're going to bring it over and do PS. Like, Sony had some great PSVR 1 exclusives. Blood and Truth, Astrobot. Even if they didn't give us Astrobot, they could at least give us a PlayStation
port of
5
the old
version
one.
of the old one. It's like they're like other companies that port the games over to build a library, but they didn't like port any of their own fantastic exclusives over.
I think the problem with the Astrobot is that so much of it was baked into
Yeah,
elements that didn't come over from the PSVR 1,
yeah,
like the method of tracking.
yeah,
Other devs fixed it, like other devs solved it. I don't know why Sony didn't at least try, but Matt, it makes you wonder at what point Sony abandoned it.
yeah.
How far before the release did Sony actually abandon that headset?
Yeah.
Because it makes me wonder.
I mean, of course, I would have mentioned Synapse, but it's like We all know.
We gushed.
Yeah, we gushed about that. Yeah. Like that, again, was one of my... Like that, again, was one of my... That's definitely one of the standouts, because they use everything so well.
Yeah.
Like I said, it was like they made the demo of what this hardware could actually do.
Yeah. That's it. That was the big moment for the PSVR.
Mm-hmm. I mean, they give us a fantastic Hitman, which they obviously then decided to bring over to PC eventually. But they give us that Hitman.
Which, I mean, I rushed out and bought it just because I was like, okay, yes, more of this, do this more. Then I went out and bought the PC version, which then later got the update, which made me feel mildly robbed.
Mm.
But yeah, that's it. It's once again other developers though. Like, how much of that was Sony's doing?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe the dev was like, okay, Sony, money and we'll do it. We need funding. Please give us funding. We want to make the version that we want to make, and Sony may well have done something to make that happen. Which, that's another thing that you assume if it was shown in one of the days of play that maybe Sony had something to do with it. They're not showing favoritism.
Yeah.
But I mean, if they didn't, then what did Sony do for that headset?
Yeah.
I would love some transparency by Sony. Like, look, okay, yeah, this is where we're at.
Yeah.
This is why we're here. Tell us why we're here. Tell us, like, oh yeah, we've abandoned this headset because you abandoned it way before we did. Like,
Yeah.
we sold 2,000 of these things.
Yeah.
Like, tell us the numbers. Tell us what's actually. And the thing is, it's this. I mean, I don't blame Sony for that, but
No.
it's a world we live in. Like, people that make TV shows and stuff are like, yeah, Netflix don't tell us how well this is doing.
Yeah.
We just assume that because they've asked us to do another one, it did well.
Yeah.
That's all it is. So yeah, we live in a world where people don't get told how well they're doing.
Yeah. I think like an issue there is as well, I think they expected better sales. And I think, like we said, we don't actually know the numbers, but I think they expected better. And it's been shown in the past with Sony, if something doesn't take off how they expect it to, they'll give it a bit longer, and then they'll just go, fine, we're done with that. Other people can do it, but we're done with it. Like the PlayStation Move controllers and all that come out. Like Sony's like, well, I've started to fail. It was more third-party companies were still bringing the games out for that until they give up as well because they realised how much Sony had given up.
I own an iToy. I don't think I ever used it.
I've got an iToy over there with all the iToy games in my corner.
Yeah, I don't even think I own any of the games. Like, I don't think I ever used that thing. So yeah, but that's the thing with Sony is that the Move controllers were never designed for what they ultimately became for us. It was just a means to an end. So they've done some great things. They've done some great steps in the right direction, but they always just seem a bit
I think
1 foot out all the time.
If it was back then, the VR wasn't where it was before this come out, I don't think it would have lasted on Sony's side, because I think at the moment there's so many different VR platforms. Is the developers might as well release it on PlayStation or might as well release it on other platforms. Where, like with Move, they were making Move games, so Move failed. Sony dropped out. So I think if Sony were the only person in this, it would have ended a long time ago. I don't think it would have made year 3.
The thing with the other thing is, and I said it earlier and I'll say it again, not Sony's fault.
No.
It's Meta's fault.
Yeah.
Meta scaled too quickly. They scaled up too quickly. They overinflated the market, made it look bigger than what it actually was, and they gave us all hope, and they fucked us. So it's Meta's fault, but then Sony should have tailored their expectations, not just going with what Meta did. So, well. Why are we eulogizing it on its 3rd birthday? This is a happy occasion.
I know you're like,
probably.
It's dead. No. I think it'll keep going because they'll still have that third-party support. They've still got some big games coming out, they've still got Microsoft Flight Simulator, which I've always wanted to try, but I know my PC wouldn't run it in VR.
Why is Microsoft the one keeping the PSVR alive, though? Like, really?
Mortal
It's
Enemies
going to be crazy because
going together.
in 2026, Microsoft will have released more PSVR, more PSVR games than fucking Sony. Like, why? Why is that a thing? But I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Hopefully, Microsoft are like monitoring metrics and realize that the VR market jumps all over that.
Yeah.
And have a great time. Hopefully, but I don't know.
Yeah, it does seem wrong when you have all these big Sony channels and PSVR2 channels like getting excited. We got some Microsoft when you think of it. There were Mortal
And the thing
Enemies
is,
at one point.
they still are.
Yeah, they
It's
still
just
are.
that Microsoft
Yeah.
have stopped caring.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've become Sega at this point.
Mhm.
It wouldn't shock me if they never released another
Exclusive, yeah.
console. If they never bothered releasing an Xbox 7 or whatever number they're on now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The thing that worries me about that game is, am I gonna have a bad time on a basic PS5
Yeah.
versus a Pro? That's the thing. So yeah, we'll have to see, but yeah, that's a big game. Once again, not Sony.
Mhm.
What else is the future coming? Like what's and this isn't even in the PSVR, it's like what's coming this year.
Mhm.
I should ask Siri, but I can't be bothered.
We got Knights of
I'm
Fiona.
sure there's
We do have a Kickstarter goal to bring it to PlayStation.
there's quite a few games that have been like, oh yeah, we'll do this and this and this and this, and we'll bring it to PlayStation. And
Hold
even
on.
if those goals are met, they don't realize just how much of a brick wall they're going to hit with Sony.
We have Lo-Fi.
Oh my life. That's it. That's podcast is done, folks. Thanks for listening. That was the closer right there. Jesus. He still insists that game's coming. He still insists it's coming. I'm glad he's got hope and more joy to you, Black. Go nuts. But I'm just release it. Just release the game. Just release what you have and use the money to move forward.
Yeah. Do a No Man's Sky. You can fix it down the line.
That's it. Fix it in future times. Your reputation's already kind of ruined.
I know we sort of hate, like, we haven't really hated on the hardware. We've hated a bit on Sony, but
Probably, like, from the outside, it's probably doom and gloom. We do not intend that. I literally just tweeted that this is the daddy of a headset. Like, I love the PSVR2. And hopefully we keep seeing more of it. But
yeah,
it's
I think 13's made a good point in the chat there. That GTA 6 will be out before Lo-Fi.
before Lo-Fi. That's the new thing. That's the new meme. We should do that.
Yeah.
GTA 6. It's a race. Which one's first? Yeah, I'd like to see a fourth birthday. I mean, it realistically will have one.
Yeah.
And whether we actually care is a different thing.
Yeah. But I think as well, like, I know we've like I said, we've hated on Sony a bit for not supporting it, but if the sales haven't hit their numbers, why are they going to spend millions making games for it? Like,
yeah, why chase bad money with good?
Yeah.
From a business point of view, it makes complete sense.
Yeah.
But they also have to hold their hands up and be accountable.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They need to say, look, it's not going right for us.
We dropped the ball too.
Yeah.
Maybe there's just no point in trying to fix it, but I suppose throwing it at the PC and being like, look, you deal with it. It at least shows some sign of like, because I backed a Kickstarter, and this Kickstarter is for a badge, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had the idea that I was going to wear this badge and it'd be, "Good evening, I'm Dr. Oculus," whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I backed it on Kickstarter, and the badge was delivered. I was like, "Ooh, yes!" And then I tried to get it to work, and it didn't work.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, "What's going on with this?" And then you go onto the Kickstarter, it's like, "Oh yeah, there's an app coming. App's coming. App's coming. App's coming. App's coming. App's coming." App came out. Everybody said it was terrible and it didn't work. And I was like, "Wait, what?" And then I'm trying to get the app, and I can't get the app because then it's been pulled because it doesn't work. And so new app's coming. New app's coming. New app's coming. And then the other week they said, "All right, yeah, we're doomed. Here's everything we have. You fix it and have fun, because we can't do this." And whilst it's horrible, it's a Kickstarter, so you're backing a thing with the promise of
Mm-hmm.
maybe one day getting a thing. That is what it is.
Yeah.
But at least they did the right thing. It was just like, okay, look, the big story that this is not overly relevant. Well, I mean, it's relevant to my story, but I shouldn't be talking about it. They were like, we paid somebody to make the app. They screwed us. Somebody else then said that they could do it for like 5K or 50K or whatever it was. So we put the last of our funding into that. They fucked it. And so they made out that they weren't the villain in their story,
Mm-hmm.
which is fine. Like, once again, Kickstarter, it is what it is. But they did the right thing by turning it over to the community. They said, if you do this and do this, we've got it in a situation where you can at least put your picture on there now.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there might be there was a warning that if you do one thing, then it'll brick it.
Mm-hmm.
It might be upload your pictures or upload a video or something. I don't
Mm.
remember what it was. It was supposed to be like a GIF that would play, and I don't know whether that will be the case. I've seen a bunch of other products very, very similar try and be sold to me since,
Yeah.
which I'm like, do I? I still haven't got the thing I needed, which when I go to an event, it says, "Good evening, I'm Dr. Oculus." But at the same time, what events do I go to now? Like, what
Mm-hmm.
events is there in the UK?
Yeah.
So there is that element of it as well. But yeah, at least by turning it over to the PC, they added a new life to it, and it's a solid PC headset
Mm-hmm.
if you can get it to work. It would be nice if they released the details to get the eye tracking and everything working.
Yeah.
That would be nice, because we know the hardware is accessible because people have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Sony didn't do anything for that. We know
Yeah.
that you can get the haptic triggers working in games because people have done it. Like,
Yeah.
it's admittedly, like, it's the haptic triggers on the controller that I've seen it, ready or not, natively supports the haptic triggers on PC.
Mm.
So why not the PSVR controller? But it's, there's attempts have been made, steps have been made. It's a solid PC headset.
Yeah.
It's, once again, for the hardware that you have. If you're willing to put the time in, you basically shoehorn the Pimax drivers into the PSVR, and you can use the eye tracking. So if you want to put the time in, then you would get a really great high-end PC VR headset for the cost of a Quest.
Yeah.
And it's cabled, so you're going to get good picture fidelity. Like, it's a good buy even with that. So
Yeah.
it's worth it.
I mean, I'd put him actually. I just wasn't. I'm not disappointed with my choice to purchase. I'm still happy I've got one.
I've bought two.
Yeah.
I don't regret it at
Yeah.
all. Only because the controllers for the Vision Pro were essentially 300 quid,
Mm.
or you can buy a PSVR for the same price.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, that's great. And I could maybe have a PSVR PC only one and then a PlayStation one.
Yeah.
That was pretty short lived because I got the Pimax and couldn't be bothered to fight with the Bluetooth all the time. But yeah, it's words have gone. I'm broken.
Yeah, I think it's like
Jesus.
it's a big just good hardware, and I just feel like it's been underutilized by the people who made it. And I think, like, I know, I think it was discussed around on the internet at the time, but the last state of play not having one mention of VR when you had stuff like Titan Owls coming out and stuff like that. Why didn't you could have just put that trailer and you've put something in to do with VR? Like, just to completely ignore it altogether. First one that's not had any mention really, apart from the ones where it's like focus on one game. Like,
Yeah, I mean, the thing with Titan Isles, I'll tell you later. I'll tell you later.
yeah,
Yeah, that's not Sony's fault. I don't think. I mean, it's not. There's no fault
no,
there really. It's not. There's no fault to point fingers. It's not a thing. But
yeah,
yeah, there's you don't know about these
but
days of
yeah,
play and whether it's you have to pay Sony because you're on the biggest stage at that point.
yeah,
Like, presumably you would have to pay Sony, and considering that SciTech Games is basically less than skeleton staff now, I don't think they would have the funding to get put on the main stage at days of play. But yeah, it would have been nice for them to literally do anything to acknowledge its existence,
yeah.
but they do not.
Like, I think it started the copium as well from not putting anything on that one. Was like, PlayStation's anniversary soon, so they might do a PlayStation VR 1, but I was like, that's never happening. They're not going to do a PSVR2 state of play. No.
It's the thing with the PSVR is the similar to what happened with the first one, in the sense that you saw a lot of success in areas where people are like, yeah, this is great, because it was all that was available at the time.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas the likes of your pew pew deathmatch game died on its arse because there's more options now.
Yeah.
You had your firewall.
Firewall.
Yeah, you had success
Mm-hmm.
the first time you were out the gate because there was nothing else like that on PSVR 1. But
Yeah.
now there's plenty on PSVR 2, and you've released the PSVR 1 game again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not going to do well. And they suffered the consequences, sadly.
Mm-hmm.
Not to mention the consequences of Sony being Sony, but yeah, it suffered. It suffered at the hands of the machine that is Sony.
Yeah.
And the thing is, we say that Sony have abandoned VR, but then I don't think it was this CES, maybe the previous CES. They had an enterprise
Yeah.
VR headset,
Mm-hmm.
so it's like they're still working on the tech, but not for
So
consumers.
they're
I don't know.
going Vive route.
Yeah, it's odd. And HTC still emailing me like, "Yeah, we've got a Luna's sale on. You can get the Vive Pro 2 for 300 quid or something." And I'm like, that's a really good deal 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Now the headset's so incredibly dated, the panel won't hold it compared to modern headsets. Which, I mean, do you think at this point in time it's basically March?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're a bee's dick away from March, and if we're getting the frame in the first quarter, then that's coming, right? Like, they've got to announce something. I mean, at this point in time, I've spent all of my money due to some unexpected bills. My Steam frame money is gone. So I might get some of that back if the insurance do decide to pay out, but yeah,
I
it's
think there's like the only problem is as well, like they went from yes, it's coming to oh no, there's a lot of shortages and chips and stuff now. So it's probably going to get a revised price as well. Probably going to be more expensive, and it's like
They did. There was a thing I saw that Steam Valve did say they were going to have to revisit the
yeah.
pricing based on
Mm-hmm.
the chip shortage, which is don't even get me started on that.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's one of those really dumb things that we could have prevented or predicted, but
Mhm.
nobody cares.
But then there's another positive about the PlayStation is you can go out and buy this hardware without any problems.
Well, there is that, but I mean, you can also buy many, many other headsets
Yeah.
without any problems as well. It's just that, yeah, AI is going to make your games better. Brilliant. Can I buy some RAM? No. Oh, okay. Yeah, I generally try and build a new PC every couple of generations, and the cost of the GPUs has been climbing and climbing and climbing. Like the mid to high-ish GPUs, not even the top whack, but the mid to highest GPUs now are double the price of what my top whack GPUs were years ago. And then on top of that, now RAM is going to cost you your firstborn child.
Yeah.
Yeah, at this point, I probably won't build a 50 series PC either, and it'll be a 60 series GPU that I end up chucking in. So I don't know. Maybe I'll try and get a cheap 40 series at some point, but at that point, I think my PC will bottleneck because of my hardware. So, yeah, it's horrible, and this is why I say eye tracking will save us, because that will give us the ability to use old crappy hardware without having to sacrifice graphical fidelity. Yeah, it's Meta screwed us. They did. That's my new merch. Meta fucked me. Shocker. Although I did go onto my Facebook page the other day, and they were like, "Yeah, if you want to pay some money, we'll not use ads at you."
Yeah.
I was like, "Why are you threatening me with this? This is ridiculous." But that's just the world in which we live now, so that's a thing.
Yeah. I think, like, to wrap up PlayStation stuff, I think it's fair to say we both believe it's some of the best hardware there. Just not supported by Sony. It's still a great platform if you're playing on PlayStation. As long as you play, I think the main takeaway, right, is if you enjoy playing on your platform, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's fair. If you own a PS5 and you have the opportunity for a PSVR, give it a go.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as you think it may be.